Jesus Christ, am I like a computer program? I've been, well, Jesus, the realization sounds rather spiritually, religionally. And God, you'd have to go through all these. God, I tried to go up by myself, but Jesus, it was like, this is me, this is what's happening. Oh God, I must get into a mother. Okay, here is an interesting thing. There is a manifested Satan being in the dimensions, also a manifested devil being in the dimensions. You want to know an interesting thing? There isn't a God entity being in the dimensions. That makes you wonder, right? Hope has not existed, just like God has not existed in this reality, in this world. Hope is no different to God, really, and neither one is here at all. And these questions I started asking God when I was 6 years old, 7 years old, or energy placement, God knows what you call it, I don't know. So the book of the Bible is the utter manifestation of deception, really. As I said, everything is in reverse. The Bible, seen as truth, is actually the Bible of deception. It's a representation of Anu's manifestation of separation equaling enslavement. And yes, I did when I died on the cross and I was crucified. Specifically allowed them to do that with my mind. I mean, Jesus, that's like amazing. So the mind is a powerful, dangerous tool. Men, Jesus Christ, if you see Chris Benoit's interview, that all that I had experienced in this world was not because of a separate God, a separate existence of a God, but all that I had experienced was actually me. But that I believed that it was, but that I believed that I had placed that trust and that faith in a God or in an expression separate from myself. And it is quite a realization when you get to the dimensions and you realize that your experience of a belief in God was not true. It is here, and oneness inequality in its truest form has been realized. My mistake that I have made is still the belief in Krishna, Christ, Jesus. For us to realize that us all as God, as one, made a mistake. And mistake is separation. There was actually a Satan entity, a devil entity, and a God entity in the dimensions. Okay, but these entities were created by human beings' beliefs. Fascinating. Always together were Marduk, Anu, Ingi, and Enlil, like the 4 musketeers. I was a demon. Yes. Elvis the demon. And, you know, first when I died, I kind of went, cool. I'm able to walk through people, I'm able to walk through walls, and, so be careful to form relationships in this process. Because relationship forming supports separation. And you know what? Another reason, because it's fun. It is so much fun fucking with people who are enslaved in a belief. Because, you know, they're stuck in so many ideas, you know. What's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. shouldn't do this, you should live like this, you should live like that. God, don't you get tired? So we went, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun in this world and wake up human beings to have them realize that a God doesn't exist. So we encountered many problems. You know, we had demons, us demons come in and we possess people, but then apparently there's a priest or an exorcist that comes and exorcises us out. But, you know, that we played with as well, and that was so much fun because we exist infinitely. You cannot exorcise a demon and then believe that that demon is now redeemed. Why? Because we're already fucking redeemed. We don't need to be going to a God or a beautiful heaven or a beautiful place, because you know what? We're that already. And people couldn't get that in their heads. It's fucking fascinating. You had demons coming and possessing. How do you justify the existence of demons possessing people, saying that there's a God? How do you say that demons that possess human beings and fucking kill people, that there's a God? How do you think murder, rape, abuse, violence and shit manifested as demons? Why? To have people realize that you are already all that exists and that a God doesn't exist. What do you think created illnesses, diseases? Here we go. Why? How did illnesses and diseases actually manifest? And they go, Kurt Cobain will be damned to hell, or he is this devil's son, or he is of the devil and he will burn in hell, and you know all that shit. If 10,000 people or 100,000 people say that, what will happen to him when he dies? Doesn't matter what he believes, he will fucking go there. It is amazing. So if you have a condemnation to a person, and that is collectively by many beings to one being, you manifest and are responsible for that person's fate. I had fun there. And like then you go to these God heavens. Now I went to each and every single different one. I mean, Jesus, there were multiple. And there was just God, you know, essence, this voice, just a voice. And you know, you had your heaven, which is depicted in the Bible with the angels, and you know, the people, they're walking in these little robes and all serious and stuff. And then you had your other beliefs. What do you call it? People, there are so many. But the difference is magnificent. The difference was, personally, people go to hell, you know, on earth. Say to them, go to hell, because that's fun. If you want to go to a God or some heaven, you're going to get lost, exceptionally. And